on the 3 Pages In.
My name's Eden.
I'm Chloe.
And I'm Macy.
And welcome to our Thanksgiving week episode.
Yay!
How is it already Thanksgiving?
I know.
I don't know.
That's
I
crazy.
couldn't tell you.
What month did we start this podcast? August? I felt like it was very summery.
Episode came at the end of August.
Yeah, it was the end of August.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've come a long way. This is
Yes,
great.
we have.
Yeah. So happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you for listening to this episode.
Yes, thank you.
We're thankful for books. We're thankful for authors who write books.
And friends who read books so we can talk
Especially
about books.
that.
Yes.
For sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
No.
Very thankful over here.
Yep. And as you can see by the title of this episode, we're also thankful for movies that
Yes.
are made about books that we love.
I love it.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our favorite book to movie adaptations. But before we get started, do you guys want to talk about our current reads?
Yeah.
Would love to.
Would love to, she said.
Would absolutely
You
love
just
to.
finished a book today.
Yeah, can I talk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. So, I talked about this, I think last episode or the episode before that, but I got Part of Your World on Libby, and so I listened to it in like less than a day. Literally 2 days ago, I got Yours Truly and Just for the Summer, which are the next two in the series. They're like kind of
Interconnected standalones,
Yeah,
what they call it. Yeah.
And you guys, I got them both yesterday or 2 days ago.
Dang.
I started Yours Truly yesterday morning, finished it yesterday afternoon, and I had a slow day at work where I didn't have meetings and I was kind of doing some mindless stuff, so I was able to listen. Usually I'm not able to listen during work, but yesterday I had a task that I was doing where I could listen to the whole book, and I started Just for the Summer this morning, and I'm like almost halfway through already. And they are so good.
I know.
They are so good.
Which one's your favorite?
So far, Part of Your World, but I've only finished Yours Truly, and I'm like halfway through Just for the Summer.
Okay.
I think
Part of Your World is
I think
probably
Just
my
for the
favorite.
Summer could be your favorite. I'm not going to
Really?
say why.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Just for the Summer.
Okay.
That's the one that you've read, right, Macy?
Yeah, you read that one, right?
That's the one I read.
I love Justin cracking me up.
Yeah, he's funny.
I do already like him more than I like Jacob, and I liked Jacob a lot.
Who's Jacob in Part of Your World?
He's Yours
no, he's in
Truly.
Yours Truly. Daniel is still my favorite. My favorite. Daniel is from Part of Your World.
Should I read now, since I've already read Just for the Summer, Yours Truly, and then Part of Your World?
It
I
wouldn't
read-
matter, but I'd probably read
But, like,
Part
I
of
would
terms
Yours.
of
read. I
liking
would
it?
read
Oh.
Part of Your World.
It depends because some people like
Oh.
Yours Truly the most.
Yeah,
Like that book still is really good. What'd you give it?
5.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still gave it 5. No, they are
Wow,
all
okay.
so good.
They're
really
And
good.
like the way that Just for the Summer is going, I'll probably give it 5 too. So yeah, when I say that I like Part of Your World the best, it's not by much. Like they're all so, you could make
Yeah.
a case for any of them. They're all so good. But if I were you, I would start with Part of the World Part of Your World because like some of the stuff that happens in Yours Truly is with characters from Part of Your World, and I feel
okay.
like you'll appreciate it
Okay,
more
yeah.
if you know like how they got there.
Yeah, and then reread Just for the Summer,
Oh.
and then it all
Okay,
comes
honestly,
together.
I'd be down because like I already
I know,
remember
I
it,
kinda
but
want
like
to too.
Yeah. So,
so good.
definitely not the vibes for Thanksgiving.
yeah, I was gonna
These
say, should
summer
I
books.
wait until I'm depressed in the winter?
But you know what? They're so good, and I
Yeah.
love it, and it makes me really happy. I'm also in the middle of the tandem read for Throne of Glass, so I'm hoping to finish that this week.
Jeez.
I'm just all over the place. Not gonna lie. I'm also gonna read One Dark Window for our book club.
Yep.
Plugging
Your
that
reminder.
next week.
Yeah, next week is
Our book club episode.
on
For
One Dark Window. So you have a week to read it. Here's your reminder and our reminder
And
that we
our
have a week to read it.
And you know what? I'm so excited. Anyways,
too.
I will stop talking. But basically, that series by Abby Jimenez, so good.
Read them.
Our
Yes.
queen, love her.
Yeah, I'm back in my typical cycle of having like 8 books that I'm supposed to read
Yep.
and like stacked up.
Same.
But I did just start reading November 9th by Colleen Hoover. It's one of our book club books for our actual book club. But I'm so excited because that we talked about it in our first episode, but that's the book that got me back into reading. And it's November. And my husband is so cute. He surprised me this weekend when it was November 9th, and we went to Park City and we had a fun weekend and we
Because
shopped.
it's
and went to dinner.
your dating anniversary,
Yeah,
right?
like our meeting anniversary,
yeah.
which is like the same in November 9th. And so it was like fun to kick that off. Anyways,
I'm glad that your life didn't follow that plot at all, though.
Yes.
If
same,
you know.
same.
I'm really interested to see how you're going to feel about it
now, same.
because I mean, I was the same way. That book really was like what launched me back into reading, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm really, because I was obsessed with it, and I still am
So
in my
good.
head, but I'm like a little scared to reread it because I'm like, what if it's not good?
I forgot how kind of like horny the main character is, the guy.
The guy.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, I forgot about this, but it's still really good.
Good.
So good. Yeah.
Good.
Yay.
What about you, Chloe?
I am reading Billy Summers right now.
Wait.
By Stephen King.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like 30% in, maybe.
Nice.
It follows this guy. His name is, you're never going to guess, Billy Summers.
Oh my gosh.
And,
No way.
he is a former, like a veteran, but that's not what I talked about a lot. Basically, he gets hired to be an assassin, pretty much.
Cool.
And his only thing is he will only do it if the person is bad.
Yeah.
And
okay.
so he gets hired to do this job, and he like is relocating to a new town, and it's like months of prep. So like
This looks
they're
so
like
good.
putting him into an office space, and he has like a whole story that he's
Like
an author
backstory.
writing a book. This
Yeah.
is his name. He's meeting his neighbors, like integrating in society. So like when the day comes that the person is supposed to be there,
So you could just pew pew. Yep.
hit him and leave. But things are a little sus this time. He's been working for like these people and doing like
Weird.
other assassinations for them, but like they're asking questions that they don't ask normally, and like setting up things that they don't normally set up. So we'll see. Coleman's read this book. My husband's read it, and so
does he like it?
yeah, he loved it.
This
and
looks
and
really
he said
good.
that
Yeah.
it took a turn that he was not expecting, and he thought it was
That's so
so
exciting.
good. So I'm
Okay,
really excited.
Good.
So I will
Our
report
man.
back on if it's actually
Good.
what I think about it. But so far, I'm liking it. I really like Stephen King's writing, and this is only my second book that I've read of his. But like,
Great. No, that's
nothing's
so
already
exciting.
happening, and I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
I'm like interested.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so I am going to start off. I have a couple different ones, but before I get jumped in, I just want to say an honorable mention of the Hunger Games movies and books.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I think all of us were maybe thinking about talking about
but
these.
we were scared because we thought the other people might.
So none of us mentioned these, but yeah, just an honorable mention. They're super, like, you don't get much better than that for like a book to movie adaptation.
So good.
They're good.
And the books are good. The movies are all entertaining. I almost talked about Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes
I almost did too.
Oh,
as like a whole
so
different one.
That one's also
other
good.
than the
Good.
Hunger Games movies themselves, but
True.
all so good. So just had to throw that in there before we get started. But
Wait, also on that, I watched the movies before I read the books. I don't know how I didn't read the books, and Eden was like, you have to read them. So I read them so fast, and that just shows you how good of a book it was, because I was already obsessed with the movies, and then I ate those books up. I was like, holy crap, they did such a good job.
Yeah.
And it was actually kind of fun, because usually I hate watching movies first and then reading the book, but like reading the books after seeing it, I was like visualizing everything in my head, and I was like, they
I
did
love
this
it.
so freaking well.
I know. Oh, it's so good. Also, fun fact about the Hunger Games movies, they're like, that's probably one of my top favorite movie soundtracks of all time. And that's saying something because I love movie soundtracks. Super good. So if you ever need some little vibey stuff to listen to that's not too overpowering while you're
good.
reading, that's a really, really, really good like background music. Anyways, okay. Love the Hunger Games movies and books. But the first one that I want to talk about, the first movie, I actually am looking up on our wall. We have some scenes from the movie literally framed on our wall. The first movie that I want to talk about is Little Women. And the 2019 version directed by Greta Gerwig.
Literally my favorite movie, I think.
No, literally. And no, it actually
It's
is your
so
favorite
good.
movie,
It-
right?
It
Chloe?
actually is. I have a hard time choosing between that and La La Land, but I
Okay.
think it is Little Women.
I Both so good.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that movie too. Like I saw it like 4 times in theaters, stopped. Anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wanna watch
but
it with you. That
yeah,
sounds fun.
Have you
Little
seen it?
Women.
Oh, hallelujah.
Little Women is absolutely a masterpiece, both the book and the movie. And another reason why I chose this one is because it's a really good adaptation. Like the book and the movie are very like true to each other. They don't stray very much from one another. But the reason why I picked this one, especially for my first one, was the way that Greta Gerwig wrote and directed it is just beautiful. And
Thankful for Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
100%. And that's a perfect movie to watch
This
Thanksgiving
week.
time, Christmas time. Yeah,
Yeah.
this week while
Totally.
you have some free time. Like, even if it's just on in the background, the vibes are so good. And it just really makes you thankful for like family and for like girlhood. And like, every time I watch it, I'm like, I love being a woman. Just
Yeah.
different lines in the
Yeah.
movie. And just the way that it's directed and
And sorry.
all the actors.
I'll say, like
yeah.
also sisterhood. I don't have a sister.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But like
Yes,
I
you do. They're sitting right here.
Oh, I'm like, wait, who?
Surprise.
My dog. Rest in peace. Anyways,
Rips go.
But like that makes me feel how a sister, in my mind, how I would feel like with a sister.
Yeah,
you know what I
totally.
mean?
No,
and like the fact that
100%.
movie can have me feel that, and I don't know that in real life is like, it's a good movie. Okay.
No,
Totally.
Also,
Amazing.
when you watch it this week, because we're telling you to watch it, also watch like the interviews and behind the
Yes.
scenes that Greta does with like a bunch of actors and stuff too, because it's
Yeah.
so good. They
And
dive
can we
into-
talk about the cast? That
Yeah.
I feel like this movie. Sorry, a little tangent about movies. I guess this is what
This
the
is all
podcast is about.
movies,
So, that movie was one of the first movies where I feel like I heard the conversation sparked in the Oscars about getting an Oscar specifically for casting because the cast in that movie is so good.
It's so good.
Amazing.
What are your thoughts though? Florence Pugh, I did not like.
Ooh, that's a hot take, Macy. That is a
As
hot
Amy,
take.
You can't tell me marriage is an economic proposition because it is.
It
I'm
is
trying
for
to-
me.
I said that right.
It is for me.
And I just
No,
found
literally.
out that neither Eden or Chloe have seen the original one with Christian
I
Bale
haven't.
Yeah.
and Winona Ryder, which those are two of my favorite actors ever. And the ages are, guys, this is a hot take, I know, but the ages are cast more realistically
Are
in
they
my
younger?
mind in the
Yeah,
original,
okay.
and it's more accurate to
Well,
the
yeah,
book.
because Emma Watson's like,
Amy makes
She's like
more sense.
30.
Florence Pugh, I'm like, she seems like she could be the mom in my head because of the other roles that she's played,
yeah.
and she seems
realistically also,
kind of old.
moms were way younger.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
So like Laura Dern doesn't like she just feels a little older. I get what you're saying.
No, I
Yeah.
totally get what you're saying. Where maybe more historically and like true to the book, like more accurate for
Yeah.
sure.
We gotta
younger,
have it out,
but-
Joe. Sorry.
Oh, literally,
Stop.
that is the scene that I have framed up on my wall. It's Joe and Timothy Chalamet.
Timothée.
Timothée. In
Shalamala
in that
Bing Bong.
scene on the
That's what
with the
Florence
fall
calls it.
colors. It's literally you guys. Anyways, I'm also realizing the other book to movie adaptations that I have are all up on my wall.
Yeah.
That is
Fun
hilarious.
My husband and I in our living room have like a gallery wall of scenes from all of our favorite movies. So, and all
A
three of
lot
the
of
movies.
them come from books.
Yep, all three of my movies that I'm going to talk about, actually 4 because Hunger Games is up there, are all on our
Oh,
wall.
and one that Macy's talking about.
Yep, literally all.
That's
all of them.
crazy. Where? Oh, on the
Yeah, it's
right.
over there.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
The only one that we're not talking about is Star Wars. Anyways,
Yeah,
And technically those have been made books, but that was
but
movie to book
Yeah.
adaptation.
yeah,
not
true.
the same. Anyways, sorry, that was a tangent, but just have to finish by saying I love Little Women,
Mhm.
and the vibes are unmatched, and the book is also really good. It's really cute. I listened to the book after I read or after I saw the movie.
Interesting.
So I feel like the way that I visualized it was like the characters.
Yeah, that's on
in
my
the
list
movie.
of books that I want to read.
Totally.
Yeah, would definitely recommend. It's very, very good.
Cute. Okay, the one that Eden was talking about that is on her wall, that is one of my favorite book to movie adaptations, is Narnia. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I was
I'm
actually
so excited.
on the phone with my mom on the way here, and she was just like, oh, that movie is so good because of like, I don't know, like the emotions it makes you feel, like the costumes, the set, everything about it is done so well. And I loved those books when I was a kid, and so I need to reread them because it's been a while.
Yeah.
But it's
I've only read the first
really
one.
good. Oh, really?
Wait. No, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is in the first one.
No.
I've only read that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like the classic. But then it's
Yeah.
weird because like the way it was written is
I
not
was
the
gonna say,
order you
yeah.
read it. But anyways, those I need to watch those movies this season too because those
yeah.
are very wintry movies.
The
Do
first.
you
What?
do you know about
What?
the new movie?
They're coming out with a new one?
Wow,
Actually,
I'm so
I did.
excited.
But I haven't read.
I'm so excited
The-
to be dropping this news.
I'm gonna cry.
It's a Lion and the Witch and
oh
the
wait, I
Wardrobe.
did know about. And you know who's
Guess
doing
who's
it?
directing it and
Wait, a
writing
new
it?
one. A new one.
Yes.
Yes.
Guess who's writing and
No.
directing it?
I did know
Not
about this.
Greta.
Yes.
Shut the freak!
Yeah, I did know this.
I've been the whole time that you were talking about this. I was like, I wonder if she knows.
Wait,
and you
you're
never brought it up.
lying.
No, for real.
No.
She's doing one.
What?
Yeah, people.
And it's
I cannot
it's-
sit still.
I think. I don't know who is going to
Who
be
is
in
she
it.
going to cast?
I don't know.
Okay. Also,
You know
I'm
who she should cast for the what's her name? The witch, like the
What's
The
her name?
ice
The
witch,
Wicked-
whatever.
The
That's what
Wicked
Wicked Witch was.
Hunter Schafer.
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh
would
my
be so-
gosh,
why
she would
can't I
kill
think of her
that.
name?
What?
The witch's name? Yeah, I can't remember. I for
She
some
not the
reason I can't
ice
think of
witch?
it.
She has like a name. I think maybe
Yeah,
that's
maybe
just
it's
call her
the
the
ice
Ice
witch. But yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
No, and it's supposed to come out in
When?
like a year or two.
Shut-
Like 2026.
Oh
I
my
think.
gosh!
Yeah.
Okay, we need
I'm
to have like a
I'm
watch
looking it up for
party.
you.
It is going to be
Thank you.
so good. I mean, I literally just spent 5 minutes talking about Greta Gerwig's writing and
Yeah.
directing and how good it is, and she brings this like magic to. I mean, Barbie. Like, there's
Oh,
just this whole like
gosh.
magic of like being in a new world and or not a new world. I guess Narnia is, but like, anyways,
Yeah.
I love
this is the
those
best
books.
news
I
ever.
love those movies. All growing up.
Did you listen
I
to
would-
them? Like
Yes.
growing up?
Well, I read them. I like
Oh,
that's
okay.
the first series that I remember reading like the whole thing like on my own. Like asking
Oh,
my
cool.
mom like, can we
Can
get
we
the
read
next
this?
book?
Cute.
They're starting filming in January. it
Yes, no,
says.
it's soon.
In New Zealand.
Yeah,
Also, apparently she's doing 2 Chronicles of Narnia films for Netflix.
Oh my gosh.
That's what
no
this says.
freaking way.
They haven't announced any of the cast, right? There was rumors. I mean, everyone always talks about this, but Timothy Chalamet playing Mr. Tumnus, just because they're
Stop.
twins.
That would actually work really well.
I know.
That's
Well, and they work
hilarious.
together in other stuff.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
The Little Woman. Anyways,
Cool.
that book. Well, the book is
I
so
mean-
good. It's a children's book, but it has so many
The
really
White
good themes.
Witch.
Oh, the White Witch, not the Ice Witch.
It's a
the
children's book.
Narnia.
Narnia.
What do you
Girl.
mean it's a children's book?
It's a children's book
It's
series.
it's like a young, like a chapter book, but for kids. Like it's like a.
I felt like it was like so. That's crazy.
I read
felt
it in,
was
like,
opposite.
elementary
Really, I
school.
read those in elementary school.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Those are like thick books.
Their font is
Those
bigger
are
than you
huge.
think.
Yeah.
I think.
Really? I like
feel like
read
it's not
all
that
those I
many
read are like
pages.
this thick.
Oh, mine was only like I don't
Girl,
remember.
what?
What in the world? Anyways, different
That
edition.
that movie though, that was a car movie in my family.
Oh, that's good.
And so like
That's
I
fun.
probably
That's
have seen
fun.
that movie
A lot.
so many
No.
times. And also like as I just said, I grew up with 3 brothers. So sometimes when they didn't want to watch the full movie, I'll probably watch that battle scene a million times. I'm not even joking you.
The silence. And then the Jaguars.
Guys, I've seen it. I could close my eyes and tell you what I'm watching
No, same.
on the TV. Like,
Okay, so
Stop.
oh my gosh, you guys, I
Okay,
literally
we
have
need to read
goosebumps
what-
right now.
Holy shiz.
I am so excited for Greta's version
Y'all are
though.
invited. We're gonna have a Narnia
watch party.
movie party.
yeah.
Oh, side note, I was going to mention this earlier, but then we got distracted. On TikTok, literally yesterday, I saw a edit of Peter from Narnia because he's
I
in
had
a
a crush on
Hallmark
him.
movie this year.
Shut up.
But he's like an adult, and everyone's like, "Why does he look so familiar?" Oh my
Shut
gosh, it's Peter
up.
from
That's
Narnia.
funny.
And like,
hilarious.
still looks great.
I love
had the,
Peter.
the fattest crush on him when I was in
Same.
elementary school. Are you
Same.
kidding me?
That's so
I
funny.
like had
Not
dreams that I was
Edward?
gonna like marry him. Edward.
Edmund.
Oh.
No.
like
also,
Edward.
so rude. I thought Turkish Delight would be delicious.
Have you tried it? Wait, have you guys tried it?
No.
No.
I haven't tried it.
But everyone
I've heard
says
it's gross.
foul.
Yeah,
and I'm
see,
like,
yeah.
okay, Edmund, you did me so dirty with
Dude,
wishing
that
for
was some
Turkish
good
Delight.
acting.
Okay.
Wait, it's like powdered sugar.
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
just
yeah.
oh.
So we're gonna have a watch party and make or eat Turkish Delight.
And then something else. It's good.
We'll make a yummy one. Oh, we'll make what we think Turkish Delight is in
Should
our
be.
head.
In my head, it was just like a little shortbread
Powdered.
cookie with like
Oh, I thought
jam.
it was like fruity.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
oh.
a jelly donut with powder, like just
yeah.
like
I don't know. But also another sorry, we're wrapping Narnia talk up, but
Are we though?
also in my family we had 4 kids, and so I was
Yeah.
like, okay, it's perfect because Ethan's the oldest,
Yeah.
and then me, so I was Susan, and then Source Edmund, and then my youngest brother Liam is Lucy. That's how I always pretend. He's like, I don't want to be Lucy. We're like, sucks. So you were
Sorry.
the last
Funny.
one.
wait, cute.
Yeah. Oh, I love it so
those
much.
are such. It's so cool how books and movies just affect your like life.
Yeah.
Like literally, it
100%.
makes you think so differently about things. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and also
Narnia was
like
so good.
someone just wrote like C.S. Lewis just wrote this story from his mind, and we all have these like experiences and impressions and like memories of like that story.
Totally.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy
Well,
to think
and
about?
I also like this is talked about a lot, but like C.S. Lewis being a Christian and like
The Christian
lion, what they
themes
all represent.
represent.
Jesus.
Yeah, literally. It's like that's so
He
cool.
literally dies and is resurrected.
I remember, I remember,
Literally.
I remember
So
my
cool.
mom being like, Aslan is Jesus. And I was like, what the
Huh?
freak? Like, what does it mean? As I got older, I understood what she meant by that. But like,
For Narnia. And for Aslan.
okay,
We need to watch.
And-
we need to, yeah, we should probably
'Kay.
move on because we
Anyways, yeah.
have a lot of movies that we need to talk
I
about.
know.
And you know, this just goes to show if you have a good book and it's like executed well, the movies can be unmatched.
Yes. So good.
Yep.
Okay, my first one that I'm going to share is one that when I think of a book that I read that loved and then saw the movie that I also loved, like it stuck with me. Also because I was 12, I believe, when I saw this. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Y'all have you read it?
I haven't read or seen it.
Yeah,
Macy, foul.
How? I just don't get how
Macy.
we've seen stuff that each other hasn't seen.
I know.
I feel like the only movies I've ever watched were with you.
Yeah.
Like, no, legit.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Wait, no, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so we're going to double feature Narnia and then The Fault in Our Stars.
And then the original Little Woman.
There
Yeah.
we go. So it's actually triple feature. So buckle up. But that movie and book is so good. Like you really should read it. I actually think you would enjoy it. Like it
Really?
is for like
It's on my TBR.
teens, right?
Yeah.
Like I would say
Yeah.
it's like a but
Teen,
like
YA.
But why, when the movie came out, and again, we've addressed this, my mom was very strict on movies I watched, but it was like spicy a little bit.
I
Like,
mean,
for
they-
being in
they
middle
do
school.
have
sex.
Yeah, that's pretty spicy.
but
Doesn't show anything.
it doesn't show there's not like any like
nudity.
yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like the Twilight sex scene.
Yes. But
Okay.
maybe even less.
Less, honestly. Yeah.
Cuz it is like I actually don't know what it's rated.
It's
but like,
PG-13.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably PG-13.
but it is
So
so good.
good.
And John Green,
Really good.
I read like a handful of his books and I really like them.
They're so good.
Do you
When
like
he wrote
Shailene
them-
Woodley?
I like her in that movie.
Yeah.
She's fine in Dumb Money. I don't think
I've
have
not seen
Dumb-
that.
Oh, what? You haven't seen Dumb Money?
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out like a year ago.
Yeah.
I don't even
It's
know.
a
I've never
random.
even
It's
heard
a
of it.
random. Yeah. Don't worry about
okay.
it. She was fine, Divergent. I did like her though as Hazel Grace Lancaster.
Hazel Grace.
Stop.
And like I will say also like that was a time when I was reading / when I watched this movie that it was like everywhere.
Yeah.
And so like the hype like
huge.
got and it was so fun to
The
be
hype is fun too.
Yes, and at that
okay.
age, like the okay shirts
Shut
and the bubbles, everyone,
White.
Literally
like,
everywhere.
Like it was so fun to be a
was a
part of.
phenomenon.
Like no, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Feminine phenomenon.
That's why John Green's probably the most followed author on
True.
Instagram. Another fact
for
that we
sure.
learned.
Watch her.
For sure, that's why.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, true.
the book to book to movie adaptation was really good. Like like word for word dialogue.
Yeah.
is like all throughout the movie.
Yeah,
like
totally.
that's from the book. So he did a really good job. From what I
Makes you
remember,
feel a lot.
yeah, that one's a tear jerker, which I love a good sad movie. So and book. So if that's something, definitely read it.
It's a
And
great
there,
one.
it was super cute. If you don't know what it's about two kids that like have cancer and they're just experience of meeting each other.
Oh,
and
they
like,
both have cancer.
They both
I
have.
didn't know
Well,
that.
They
one
meet-
of them had cancer. The main girl
They
currently
meet
is
in a
like
yeah,
cancer
working-
support
a
group.
support
I mean,
group.
I've obviously seen tons
Yeah.
of clips from it.
Yeah.
But
And so like they're kind of like both in like remission, like working out of it, except for Augustus Waters.
Yeah.
He had cancer when he was younger.
It's a
He lost
metaphor.
one, like part of his leg. Yeah. So like you need, and also Nat Wolf is in that. It's Nat. I don't remember which Wolf
Shut
brother is in that movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He has cancer as well, and he gets his eyes taken out.
Yeah.
You gotta watch this movie. It's so
They
good.
like egg his girlfriend. Macy, you need to watch this.
It's actually so good. I'll watch it with you, like whenever.
Yeah, same.
Like
okay.
I want Coleman to watch it too because he's
Yeah,
never
right.
seen
Write
it.
this
down.
Yeah. No,
that's
it's
so
actually
fun.
so good.
It
And, like,
is.
if you want a book that's just like entertaining, this is a
Okay.
freaking entertaining, fast book
But
to read.
also,
But also make you feel.
Yeah.
And they're so cute. Like reading their relationship when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, like they're everything. And reading it now, it's like, oh my gosh, what a cute like young love that they like that we got to read about in the book. It's so
for
cute.
sure,
Yay.
I love it.
The Fault in Our Stars.
So good. My
Okay.
next one is very much along the same lines of Little Women, and that is Pride and Prejudice.
I almost said this one.
I know. I mean, you can't not. It is my favorite movie of all time and my favorite book of all time. Do we sense a theme? Maybe. But
So
I
good.
think like, so I am like 99% sure that I read the book before I read the movie, and it was for junior year
English
class. We got to pick a book we had to pick like one or two books from a whole list, and Pride and Prejudice was on there, and I read that sucker in like 2 days.
So
And
good.
since then it's just been one of my favorites, and the writing I feel like is so good. I love a slow burn. We've talked about this before, and that is like the definition of a slow burn. And
Yeah.
I feel like in the book you get a little bit more sense of like the characters like Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth. You get a little bit more background information. And I feel like because I have read the book, and shout out to the 6-hour-long version of Pride and Prejudice.
I was gonna ask which version you like.
So here, little side note, the 6-hour-long one I like because it's more book accurate, because you're able to get in all these little details that I was just talking about. That makes you appreciate the characters a little bit more. However,
ain't nobody got 6 hours.
Exactly. And the Keira Knightley version,
so good.
The hand.
It is so good. Like visually, it is just really pretty, and Keira Knightley does a great job.
So good. Yeah.
Same with what's his face, Mr. Darcy. I can't remember his name.
He
I want to
only
say
needs to be Mr. Darcy.
I know. I want to say Colin Firth, but that's the original Mr. Darcy from the 6-hour-long version. So, yeah, basically, I just am obsessed with both the book and the movie. The music.
So
Anytime I see a field where there's a little bit of fog, I am transported to the movie. Anyways,
it just shows how like book to movie adaptations, like to actually be like get all the details that books include. It is like minimum 6 hours of a movie.
Oh yeah.
Like when there's movies that are typically, honestly, I feel like they get longer and longer over time. I feel like movies are like 2.5 hours now.
Yeah.
But it's like that still does not cover like so much that happens in a book, which is cool because I don't know, that's something that's like fun and different about both kinds of media. But
totally.
Yeah.
Anyways, much love for both the book and the movie.
So good. Okay, my last one that I want to do, or my second one, is a series of unfortunate events. You guys, the chokehold that this book series had on me growing up, like I literally wanted to be Violet, which makes no sense because
they have a traumatic,
the worst lives,
and
it's
ever.
so scary.
And
I honestly,
and I'd be so scared.
like literally, so I've
People
been
are trying to kill them.
Yeah.
Oh
They're
no,
just kids.
it's literally a series of unfortunate events, terrible ending, like of every book, and I honestly think that was like my, you know how you have like a sexual awakening? This was my like creepy awakening. I don't even know how to say it, but like I like, you know how I'm obsessed
I'm
with
glad
like
it wasn't your sexual awakening.
Yeah,
that
me
was
too.
gonna
I
be
was like,
terrifying.
where is this going?
even though I did really like the brother, I can't remember his name, but the
Didn't they have a baby?
Yes.
sister,
baby,
the
right?
with like the teeth, the
Yes,
scary
that's
teeth.
all I think about.
Yes.
Dude, it is
Queen.
so I need to honestly reread those series, but that's I think why I'm obsessed with like Tim Burton and like very like weird dark humor stuff. Like that is like
I can see that.
my favorite stuff ever, and I think it stemmed from that. Anyways, the movie is so good, and me and my friends would quote it all the time, and Jim Carrey does a really great job as Count Olaf.
Dude, that
Anyways,
movie scared me.
It's scary.
terrifying.
And I think in the movie they combined the first three books.
Yeah.
They did.
Which I was like, oh, I want
Did
more.
they do a show?
Yes.
They did the show.
The recently,
Yeah.
right?
Neil
And
Patrick Harris was Count.
He did good. Like, it was an entertaining show, but
didn't watch
I
it.
liked the movie, the original movie,
Yeah.
better. Gosh, I need to re-watch it too.
Yeah. I cannot remember the last time I watched it, but I was the same way. I don't know if you guys they released a book and it was like the secrets or the like hidden secrets of like Lemony Snicket or whatever.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
I remember going to Barnes and Noble with my mom, having her drive me the day that was released because I was so excited to buy it. Like
That's so cute.
No, literally,
Good.
like it just so fun. Like
The
what a
whole-
fun series and
Yeah.
movie. Like
And just like the lore, I love how like Lemony Snicket, he like talks to you like as the
Yeah.
author,
Yeah.
and you know
Yes.
that's not his real name. Like there's just like I don't know. It was really an experience. He wrote those so well. He was so creative,
Yeah.
and then the movie was really good. Jim Carrey, I think, was like best cast because he was funny.
Yeah.
He's not as like dark
Creepy.
and creepy as the books are, but I think the movie kind of needed that. Honestly,
Yeah, I like the
yeah.
vibes also, and I think they did a good job of like that creepy like feeling putting it into the movies from
Totally.
the books. Because I remember as a kid reading them too, I was like,
you're on
What the
edge the whole
heck?
time. You're
Yeah,
like,
which is
we're
fun.
about to die. Yeah,
yeah.
literally. Anyways, that was mine. Great
Love it.
one.
Okay, my second one, is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Have either of you read it or watched it?
I
Just
haven't
seen it.
I haven't
read
read
it.
seen it or read it.
I
It is
think
really
you would really
good.
like it.
Yeah.
I know
actually.
I would. I've seen clips from it.
It is good.
Emma
Yeah.
Watson.
Yeah.
I know.
Logan Lerman
I
for
love
me.
Emma Watson. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is the main guy in it.
Yeah.
It's just really good. And like it's a good it's kind of like coming of age story. Basically
Totally.
this guy has no friends. and he like makes friends, and they're like all out.
Chloe, you love the friend trope.
I do. Yeah, and the fall, it does a really good job because he like has no friends, and then you get to watch him like create these friendships and go through these experiences with them, and like
These are crying movies.
no, yeah,
Goodness.
Yeah, you picked
I
two
like a
movies
good
where you will cry.
but like, you know, if a book or a movie can make you feel something,
Oh.
like that says something about how it's
sure.
been done,
Totally.
For sure.
which I love and I appreciate. So
Do we need to dive deeper into this? Like, what's happened
Is
in
this my
your
therapy?
childhood?
I told you I didn't watch the battle scene. Yeah, that's what happened in my childhood. I have a lot of pent up anger, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
No,
funny.
but it was I like both the book and the movie, and they did a good job of
Good.
doing that. Also, that book is considered like a modern classic. Did you guys know that?
Yeah,
No.
it is.
Yeah, apparently it's like
Really?
yeah. So
So I need to read it.
yeah, it's
I
good.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more.
Yeah, sure.
This one is one that I watched the movies first and then read the book. And just recently, the movies just came out and the book. Well, no, the book's been around for a long time, but the movies just came out. And that is, sorry, I'm all over the
The
place.
movies and the book have come out, and the book and the movie.
Like, wait, did she say it?
Shocker! This one has a book and a movie.
I know,
Just
you
kidding.
guys. I am so scatterbrained. But this is the Dune movies. And
I
Dune
knew you
book.
were gonna pick it. I knew it.
These are, I actually just picked literally like my 3 like favorite movies.
You know what? Fair. Do you like the first or second one better?
The second one is better.
Wait, you read the books? Those are huge.
So there's only one book that covers the first 2 movies. That's the only one that I read.
Oh, I didn't
and
know that.
it is a fantastic adaptation. The movies, I mean, obviously it's 2 movies and they're both pretty long. They're both like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah,
So,
they're both really long.
yeah. But it covers the book so well. And if you like science fiction at all, you will like the books or the book and the movie. The movies themselves are so good. I heard that the first one wasn't good, and so I was expecting it to not be good, and I watched it with my family, and oh my gosh, I like fell in love. I was like, and part of the reason was I knew it was based off of a book, and so I just kept imagining like, oh, I wonder like if I was reading this, like
Yeah.
how it would feel. And
Totally.
I feel like I just like jumped right in, and I just absolutely fell in love with it, and made my husband watch it, and he also fell in love with it. And then the second part came out, and we went to the theaters. I saw it a couple different times in theaters. I think I saw it 3 or 4 times in theaters because it was so good. And just the music, the cinematography, it's all really good, and it is one of the best like book to movie adaptations because the movie made it better. Like
Yeah.
it did change some things. It did change some like pretty big things, like the timeline and stuff, but it did it in a way where it just made sense.
More sense. Yeah, one thing I've heard about the books is that they're good, but I've heard there's like more. There's a bunch of them, I think, and I've heard they
Yeah.
just get weird.
I know. I've heard that the books get really weird. I'm only planning on reading the first 2
Yeah.
because that's the only ones that they're making movies about.
okay.
Yeah, it's a
That's what I was
trilogy.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
that they're making for the movies.
They're gonna make a 3rd movie about the second book. So I'm only planning on reading the first 2 books because I've also heard that they just get super weird because the author actually died and his son took over, and it like turned to like magical, like weird stuff. Like even though there's
Weird.
like powers kind of
I didn't know that.
in it. Anyways,
It's cast really well though.
Yeah.
That movie's cast well. That's
also, sorry, I was gonna
No,
say
you're good.
Rebecca Ferguson.
I
Is
love
my
her.
favorite actress I think of all time.
Oh, wow.
I love her so much, and she's one of the main girls in it. So
She does good.
Did you watch Silo then?
Yeah.
Silos?
I also, my husband and I are listening to the book right now. We're almost done.
That's fun.
Yeah. So
That's a very Eden movie. That's what I was gonna say. It's like the soundtrack, just like a really good soundtrack, really good cinematography.
Yeah.
Really good like storyline and background and
Yeah.
like
Did like those movies.
No,
I
there's-
heard people saying like they weren't that good, and I think it's because a lot of people
They
were confused going
Yes,
into the
I was
first
gonna
one.
say, the
people,
first
I think
one-
people had different expectations.
for sure.
Yeah.
But when you put them together, I feel like they make more sense, and it just like it flows a lot better.
And my
Ugh.
brother did kind of explain what I needed to know about the background
Yes.
before I even watched the first one.
Yeah,
So I was
that's
like,
nice.
Oh.
And
No,
I
super
think
nice.
people that didn't love it, they're people who like a little bit more of like instant gratification. Can I say they're not like as appreciative of like they don't care of
A
the
movie.
the cinematography or
totally.
like really good music or like the way I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're for like a story, not necessarily like a movie to watch.
Yeah,
and
which
experience.
is I'm gonna call my husband. He was like, "This is really long." Like he liked it, but he
Yeah.
it was just a
No,
lot.
it is like I would probably venture to say like Pride and Prejudice and then Dune movies are like my like top 3 favorite movies maybe of all time.
They're really good.
Love them so much. And Jake, my husband, and I actually went to a concert like a month ago where it was a Hans Zimmer concert and they played the Dune music live and I sobbed.
I bet.
I sobbed the entire time. It was beautiful. It was like the actual girl who does the voice was like there singing and it was amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyways, those are I think all the movies that we have, right? I love it.
I'm excited to hear what you guys want to be turned into a movie. So this is the part where books that we've read that aren't there's no like set plans for them to become movies, but we want them to become movies.
Yeah. We're manifesting this to happen.
I'm going to be reaching out to casting directors,
and if it doesn't happen, we're making our own home movies. So.
Can we actually?
Oh my gosh.
I did that with Hunger Games.
Stop.
That's
with my
amazing.
neighborhood clan. We had auditions. Literally, we had a bow and arrow in my backyard. Whoever shot it the best, like, got an extra point, like, to be Katniss. Yeah, you guys.
That's amazing.
Anyways,
I want to see a clip
I
of
played
this.
Rue, so.
Oh, cute.
May she rest in peace.
I feel like I've
Rip.
seen clips. Have you shown us this?
I don't know if I have. I'll try
Well,
to find
insert it here. I'm just kidding.
Oh, gosh.
Can I start with what I want to
please.
see a movie?
Yeah.
I can't decide between.
Manifest them both. It's fine.
Yeah, say both.
I'm gonna say both. So they're different. First one is everyone in my family has killed someone.
Yes.
Oh.
This kind of like this type of like plot has been done before. It's a murder mystery. It's like a family coming together.
Family
with
secrets.
Family secrets. So there's like it's a little bit of Knives Out. It's a little bit of like what I was gonna say, like the Murder on the Orient Express, like those type movies. But the reason that this I think could be a really fun movie is the same way that the book is really good, where the author narrates to us and he's really funny.
Yeah.
And I think he could be a really funny detective, like in real life as a movie. Because like Benoit Blanc, never gonna forget that name again, but he does a really good job. Like he has a really funny character, but I feel like this detective
Ernest Cunningham.
Ernie could be a really funny detective.
And one thing that I like from the books that I would be interested to see how they do it in the movies is like, because he gives like hints to like the reader of how like, oh, in this chapter of the book, like there's a murder, or like the killer's name is mentioned this many times in the book, and I would like to see how they could like incorporate that.
that
It would
into
be
a
so
movie.
fun.
A really creative director, which would be cool. Like, oh, this person shows up like on screen like this many times,
for
or like
X amount of
something
minutes or something. I don't know.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think it could be really fun.
One that I want to see. There's rumors that this is happening, and I don't really know. I haven't really dived into it a ton. Red Rising.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Guys,
I haven't read it.
I know. It is so good. Like, I really love that series. I love its characters. I love the world. Super cool.
The world is really, really cool.
Really?
Yeah. And like, I like, and this is literally Pierce Brown's like debut series. Like,
That's crazy.
I haven't
He's
even finished
insane.
it. Okay, don't come for me. I've only read the first 3 of technically 7, but the last one's not out. But like, they're so good. The world is so fun, and I would love to see how they could do what I'm imagining in my head with the science fiction going on. How they could translate that to like a movie would be so fun.
It'd be so interesting to see like the gold people, the obsidians.
Literally, like I feel
reds.
like the makeup and like the prosthetics would eat in that movie.
Cool.
People are like, it's like classes. So like, if you're a gold,
based
like
on
you're
color.
literally are gold. Like, and you're
Shut
like
up.
the elites, and like the bottom is like the reds. They're like scum of the earth type.
You're
thing.
kidding.
Yeah, and there's like obsidians, pinks, like
Hence,
every
hence
color.
why it's called Red Rising.
Red Rising. Red is rising. Like,
That is sick.
It's
Do you know
really,
what it's
really
about?
cool.
No. I just know it's a ton of action.
Okay, so
Wait, yeah, you
it follows
should-
the main guy Darrow, and he is a red bottom. Like he lives on
Darrow,
Mars.
okay.
He's like is nothing. People, whatever.
There's not like really romance in it, I heard.
There is some. It's not a ton, but
Not a ton, but
there is romance.
yeah.
Anyways, and so he experiences some hard things in where he's living on Mars and like all that sort of stuff, and he decides that he's going to join basically like a resistance kind of uprising type thing. And so he goes through, he's like changed into a gold, like very painful, like they're literally changing his DNA.
It takes like months.
Yeah, because like gold's like they can run faster. So he undergoes all of this stuff and like secretly infiltrates like the institute, like their like school.
Yeah.
Where like all the golds go and like learn, and he kind of like basically tries to like overthrow what's going on.
Shut
But from there, the first book is like actually takes place at like the school. From
Okay.
there, it's like more politics and how basically things go about.
That's cool.
It's so good.
Dang.
Everyone loves a good school trope.
Yeah, true. Literally true. My husband got the book for me last Christmas because of Eden's husband, and then he sent it back because I got a Kindle. He's like, you could just read it there. But I'm like, just realizing it's been an entire year of me telling Jake that I'm gonna read it. I'm like, okay, I need to move it up on
My
the queue.
husband is actually
Obsessed.
Huge fan.
Like I got him like a signed copy. Like he's like,
oh, I didn't know that.
no,
That's so
he
cute.
is obsessed
Is that
with
one?
them.
Yeah, the top one.
The top
Stop.
one.
That's sick.
Yeah, he is obsessed
You
with
guys
them.
are
My
obsessed with
brothers
it.
are the ones who told me to read it too.
Oh,
I would
really?
say it's definitely more popular among guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
Interesting. Okay.
For sure. I would classify that as a boy book, but it's still
Yeah.
so well written.
Yeah.
And the story is still
It's
so
so
good
good.
that
Yeah.
like people who enjoy reading would really enjoy the
No,
book.
it's really
Totally.
good. Like, and I'm excited to keep reading it. It's on my short list of books I need to
Same.
start reading. Because the
there's a
series
lot of
kind
series,
of
yeah.
does take
It's
a
like-
soft little close.
It's like
ending.
ACOTAR.
Yeah, where like you could take a pause after the third book, and that's what I did. But then from there, because then there's a time jump. I've heard rumors that it's going to be something someday. I don't really know.
Yeah. I think different streaming services have had the rights for like years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Get on that, and please
No,
HBO. I want you to get on that.
Okay, my book, and I'm realizing now that I'm about to say this out loud, I'm pretty sure this might be actually in the talks, at least not like the actual works, but like I'm pretty sure people are talking about it. And that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Yes, I think that is like I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think there's like a
far?
timeline or anything, but like
Right.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think there's a
someone
director.
just
I think
has
that's
the
Shut
rights,
up.
and yeah, maybe the director.
Yeah.
So it's going to happen,
That
but
would be amazing.
I cannot wait.
I know.
Are you
Sob.
kidding?
I
I love that book so much.
That would be a great movie.
It
Yeah.
would be so good.
Really
That's
good
why
it
movie.
translates so well.
Yeah.
so well. Like there are a couple of other books, honestly, that I would like to see maybe before that one becomes a movie. However, I picked this one because I think it will be
A really
such
good
a
movie.
good movie.
Yeah.
There are
Yes.
other books that I think would be better as TV series that I didn't want to mention, but I think as a movie, I feel like it will be so good.
Totally.
Yeah.
I
like
agree.
the Hollywood vibes.
Yes.
And being able
The
to go
different
back
husbands.
to all the
Yes.
husbands and like
Yes.
and the time of like her being interviewed.
Totally.
And, oh, it would be so good.
So good.
I
So
can already.
I know a lot of
about it.
people fan cast what's her name? Anna de Armas.
Yeah.
As Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick.
I know.
Wait, isn't she like really old?
What?
Anna de
Who?
Armas?
No. When she's interviewing her.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just like as the main one.
Sorry. Younger.
In my
Yeah.
head, I was like thinking of the older
she
one. I was
is
like, what?
old when
She's
she's
like
younger.
super
She's
old.
like
Yeah.
like
80s.
80s.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways,
That'd be sick.
I think that will be a really good movie one day, and it is happening. Who knows? Although, you know, they say
This
that
happens
stuff's
all the time.
happening, and
Like,
it's like at least like 6 or 7
The
years. I swear.
selection was supposed to be like a whole
Oh
thing.
my gosh, I was gonna say
It
that
never-
one, but then I was like, that one might be a good.
I mean, they started-
TV series, so I didn't say that. But
Yeah.
I think I put actually The Selection or Seven Husbands.
Dude,
so.
the selection's also.
But we've
I
already
want
talked
that.
about The Selection.
I know, but that was like in the works or like an idea. Someone had the rights or something. There was talk about it, and then it
And then
never
like
happened.
COVID
Yeah.
happened. I'm pretty sure COVID done messed up a lot of movie stuff.
Great ones.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be so great. Honestly, you know what's kind of crazy though? How crazy AI has become, and like
Yeah.
you know how they make like clips of like Fourth Wing or Avatar.
Yeah.
Like they'll make movie trailers.
Or when they take the fan edits
Yes.
or the fan art and
yeah,
they
yeah.
make them move.
No,
Okay.
literally. That's what I'm saying. You could literally start making your own mini movies about so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think
I-
it's crazy.
Sorry, maybe this is a hot take. I like some shows like ACOTAR. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see it
No.
made into a show or movie because
I want it just because I like it.
I know, but I like it so much though. I feel like it would be.
Or like Cruel Prince. I don't want to see him with a tail. I'm sorry.
Or like
Do
the
you know
fact
what I
that they
mean?
have wings, the little like.
No,
Yeah.
I know. See, but
And
like
we're supposed
in
to
the
fight.
AI stuff, they look good. I wouldn't mind a cartoon. Anyway,
I
sorry.
bet they could make it look good,
And
but
these
it'd be hard.
AI just
hope so.
generating the most unrealistic men ever.
No, literally, I'm like, no one else can be Rhysand.
Okay, Love it. All great books, all great movies.
I'm so happy. I love movies and books so
I
much.
know.
Can I just say one thing
Oh.
really quick?
Oh,
The
gosh.
Percy Jackson movies. That's just like
Percy
notably.
Jackson catching strays right now. We didn't
Yeah, I
bring it
know.
up. Basically, just like,
No.
can I just hate on that for a second?
Well, no, it's just those were like staple series for me growing up, or books, and I'm sure it was for like
A lot of
so
people.
many people.
Yeah.
And the movie, even though I love Logan Lerman, it was just so inaccurate, and they changed so much. It was really frustrating. Anyways,
Did you watch the TV show or no?
yeah, I really like Walker.
It was cute. The TV show was cute.
Yeah,
I
He
they-
is
think I
cute, and
finished
it's
it.
more it seems
Way more accurate.
Yeah, I honestly, confession, hadn't read Percy Jackson until this year, last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I read
you like
the
them?
first 3 or 4. Yeah, no, they're so cute. Like,
Rick Riordan
and
is my guy.
it's fun to like read like a book like that.
Yeah.
And
No.
I read it before I watched the show.
I literally thought like I was a daughter of Poseidon, and
You are.
so anyways, do better. Just kidding, they did with the TV show. Thank you for listening to this episode. Sorry to end on that note, but please follow us, subscribe, give
We're
us a
thankful
5-star
for our
rating.
followers.
We are.
Oh yeah, have an amazing Thanksgiving week.
Have
I
fun
hope
with your
you
family.
enjoy some stuffing and some turkey, some homemade rolls,
Stuffing's my favorite.
maybe some pumpkin pie.
Maybe some
Maybe
time
some
off from work or
football.
school,
Okay.
or spending time with
Yeah.
family or
You know
friends.
what's so good too is Thanksgiving leftovers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Getting
Like
like
a
a
big
bowl.
sandwich?
Stop.
you get a little bit of mayonnaise. You get some turkey, some stuffing
Mayonnaise.
inside a
Yeah,
roll.
Where did the mayonnaise come?
Okay, you
mashed
guys-
potatoes.
I like mayonnaise.
I love mayonnaise too, but you just put mayonnaise on this sandwich. Okay.
But just
I
grab
thought you
that
meant, like,
sandwich.
leftover
No,
mayonnaise
I
from Thanksgiving.
I have. That's one of my favorite sides
Just
at
sitting out.
Thanksgiving.
Like
You
the
guys.
cranberry sauce and the mayonnaise. Everyone knows.
But
No.
grab that sandwich, your leftover sandwich, and grab a good book or watch a good movie
I love
with your little
it.
Christmas tree up, hopefully. Anyways, sending all the good holiday vibes.
Yes,
to you
and
guys.
take this time to read some good books and watch some good movie book
Yep.
adaptations.
And this is also a reminder that you need to finish One Dark Window by
Yes.
next week.
Yeah,
I love it.
And our reminder.
Yes.
yeah, true.
Okay, perfect.
And with that, see you next episode.
Bye.